This is my 1989 Jeep Grand Wagoneer that was purchased out of North Carolina. Mostly a Florida car according to Auto Check title history. It's been repainted. Lower quarter panels had some rust. Metal was cut out, re-welded, put back together. After the Baltic Blue paint job, we installed Team Grand Wagoneer vinyl. Windows were tinted, new windshield, all new window rubbers have been installed, including the rear windows, which were all removed in order to be painted. The interior has been completely redone with new leather, OEM fabric inserts, new carpet on the rear of the seats and side door panels, as well as new interior. Has new auto custom carpets with mats, complete set installed, as well as new carpet on the lower door panel edges and rear of seat. Complete leather, new leather with original OEM fabric inserts that were secured from a vendor who specializes in securing OEM fabric from upholstery shops throughout the United States. It has a new headliner as well. Looking at the left side of the car, seats, carpet. It's the rear cargo area. Obviously all new carpets. Tailgate window. Wiring updated in the tailgate. New stereo was installed with a subwoofer and JVC amp. I'll put the particulars in the written portion of the advertisement. Also comes with a protective mat for the rear, as shown. Alright, let's talk about the engine. Pretty much everything except the engine block and heads were replaced or taken off and sandblasted. Exhaust headers were removed, sandblasted, put back on. all small pulleys, brackets, radiator fan were removed, bead blasted, valve cover bead blasted, repainted, wiring, new relays, upgraded. The Howell fuel injection kit was installed. You can learn more about that on the BJ's website or looking up Howell fuel injection. New radiator, new BJ's aluminum shroud, which is much better than the old plastic ones that crack. New, not rebuilt, sanding, air conditioner, compressor, along with new hoses and updated fittings that do not leak. I do have the original OEM air cleaner that has been bead blasted and painted, which I'll include as well if you don't like the Edelbrock style air cleaner. New hood insulation and vinyl protector been installed. Brackets were removed, bead blasted, and put back on. New performance distributor, which includes the coil all in one unit. Obviously new radiator hoses, fan belts, heater hoses, vacuum lines, new Napa Legend battery with a 7-year warranty. I have the Hella headlights with LED bulbs, original CB fog lights as well. New alternator has been installed. Upgraded relays, etc. This is the original engine. It does not burn any significant oil that I'm aware of. It does not smoke. And runs great with the Howell fuel injection system, which also includes a upgraded electric fuel pump. Underneath, the transmission has been professionally removed, rebuilt, along with the transfer case, which has a new transfer case change, seals, etc. In addition, on the engine, the timing chain and timing chain sprockets were replaced with a new timing chain cover, gaskets, etc. New high capacity bull tier oil pump and oil pump gears have been added as well. You can look at bulltier.com for more information about their accessories that they sell, specifically the oil pump. I have replaced all of the leaf springs as indicated in a written ad from General Spring, not Chinese imports. New shock absorbers. I have air shocks in the rear. Also replaced the complete exhaust system with a Walker exhaust system. There is no catalytic converter on this car, as in Florida. We do not need catalytic converters. The rims were redone by Wheel Collision Center in Pennsylvania. You can Google them and see about the quality of their products, but all rims obviously have been redone. The floor underneath the carpet, I have posted static pictures of the floor. Entire interior was stripped out. Any surface rust was ground down and painted with a POR 15 rust preventative. The front driver's floor was rusted. A replacement panel was obtained from BJ's Off-Road. It was cut out, welded in, and then sealed with a primer, again POR 15. After that was completed, the floor was painted with a bed liner material, and I have static pictures of what that looked like. So the bed liner material was sprayed on the entire floor as well as the ceiling for sound and heat purposes. It was then covered with Dynamat material on the entire floor and ceiling, and then on top of that a foam material with aluminum on one side was placed on top of the Dynamat for double insulation, which cuts down on the heat significantly from the roof and also sound. All doors were lined with Dynamat as well to again cut down on the sound and hollow nature of the door when you banged on it or pushed against it. All obviously the roof rack and strips had been removed in order to be painted, and when reapplied, when installed, we applied rubber sealant material on all screws and bolts that projected through the roof in order to cut down on any potential leakage, and then a final layer of bubble wrap type insulation was then installed on the Dynamat foam covering for a third layer of protection, which makes it extremely heat resistant and soundproof. The air conditioning, obviously new compressor, new condenser, new evaporator, completely disassembled, new hoses, thermostat. I can get this air conditioner down to 38 degrees here in Florida when the temperature outside is 90 degrees. Air conditioning just runs great. Super situation. Steering column was rebuilt by Broward Steering Columns in Fort Lauderdale. New ignition switch as well. It obviously comes with the OEM Jeep cargo cover as well. Alright, let's start the car up. It does have the Pioneer radio. Easily removable if you don't like this style of radio. It does have a rear backup camera. Exhaust, no smoke, as you can see. Got to mention previously, new fan club as well on the front. windows work. Door locks are so-so. I've owned 5 of these Jeep Grand Wagoneers. I've replaced door locks. I've put upgraded wiring in some of them. No matter what you do, I cannot get them to work completely. Part of the problem is when I replace the door locks, I put in the new door springs, and they are stiff, and the electric solenoid just won't override them. If you take the springs out, then the doors lock automatically, whether you like it or not, when you shut the door, and then you lock yourself out of the car. So it's a choice of what do you want. I cannot get them to work correctly no matter what I've done. So I'll leave that to the next person. I do want to disclose that. Most all the door locks were taken out and sandblasted and put back together, greased, lubricated. Obviously new window tracks were installed. Some of these have newer window motors. As I said, I've got 4 of these I'm currently working on. And I can't tell you which ones offhand. I put new window motors on without pulling the door panels off. Usually it's not the motor. It's the switch or the wiring that's your problem if you research this issue and look at it. Well, here it is sitting at idle. New windshield, as I mentioned. Let's go for a drive. Here we go. Car also has new hand coupe tires, white sidewalls as shown in the pictures. So here we're at idle, oil pressure right around 20. Obviously the voltage 13 plus volts. New, by the way, I had put in a new fuel sending unit as well. New thermostat. Obviously one of the things I've forgotten, but most everything. New wiper stalk was installed. Obviously with a rebuilt transmission, transfer case, vehicle shifts smoothly, no problems whatsoever. New universal joints were replaced. We also replaced all axle seals, rear brakes, new wheel cylinder, new brake drums. as well as shoes. The front disc brakes operate fine, no problem with them. Still plenty of wear on the disc brake pads. And there we go. Beautiful Florida day. Riding in the new Grand Wagoneer. So there you have it. After running for about 20 minutes, oil pressure is at 20 at idle. Temperature, as you can see, is well below 220. There you go, 1989 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Tried to show you everything. I do have photos of the underside that I can show you. This is not a rust bucket. There is no sprayed material underneath covering any rust, as you frequently find in many of these older Wagoneers. There is a little bit of surface rust, which I can show in my pictures later. I have intentionally not covered over them so you know the extent of any possible issue. The gray car runs as it should. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a hobby for me to work on these things and learn about them. Really enjoyed doing it. But time to move on to the next one. Feel free to call me. Absolutely, you can come test drive it, look at it, send a mechanic to look at it, whatever you want. Most items have been replaced on this car, not refreshed as other sellers claim. All refresh means if it works, we don't touch it. Again, as I indicated, most all the major engine components, except the block, have been upgraded or replaced as itemized in my written ad as well. So, good hunting. Hope you find the car you want. We're here in Florida. Come and look at it.